Hi, Greg Makin with the Trust Realty Group at Keller Williams Referred Urban. One of the topics that we see come up time and time again from our clients, usually at the time of offer, is that of the financing condition. So what I'd like to do for you today is to discuss this topic and clear up any misconceptions you have about it and what it really means to you as a buyer or perhaps a seller. So a financing condition is typically used by a buyer when they need to arrange for a mortgage. Unless you're one of those lucky ones that can afford to pay for a property in cash, typically a buyer will have to arrange for a mortgage prior to closing. This period and the condition is typically for about a period of 5 days or so, give or take, depending on the situation. And during that time period, the buyer will confirm with their lender or broker that they've been approved for the necessary amount. Upon receiving that approval, the buyer will simply waive the condition in the offer and the agreement becomes firm. Unfortunately, there are times when the buyer is unable to get that approval, and in which case they notify the seller and the agreement is terminated. So a pre-approval can be a great tool to have for you in your pocket, as it can typically tell you sort of what price range and what price amount you'll be able to afford and get approved for. It also gives the ability to lock in rates. During the time period of your home search, a lender will typically lock in rates for you anywhere from 90 to 120 days is typical, and should rates go up during your home search period, you can get the benefit of the lower rates that have been locked in for you. So some of you might ask, well, that's great, Greg. So if I can simply get a pre-approval, I can go into an offer, waive the condition of financing, and sort of win a bidding war since my offer will be nice and firm with no conditions. Well, not so fast. There are two variables that go into what a bank is going to look for, and they're also going to look at what you can afford personally to afford a home, but they're also going to look at the property itself. Remember that the property is the collateral for the loan, so the bank is going to look at the appraised value of the property and also the property type. If the bank sends out an appraiser and it comes back and the amount is much lower than what the buyer has paid for the property, then you may not get the approval for that mortgage, or at least the bank may require to see an increased down payment, which you may or may not have. So people always overlook this aspect, that even though they think they can afford the mortgage payments, if they're purchasing a property at a price that's well above what the market indicates, that appraisal may come back much lower than they thought. And we often see this in markets where prices are increasing rapidly, as we've seen in Toronto here. So I hope this clears up any misconceptions about the pre-approval process and the financing condition. If not, please feel free to reach out at any time. For the Trust Realty Group, I'm Greg Makin. Have a great day.